Meanwhile, chickens all laying eggs. I'm going to have to talk to Mark about this. It's gone all loose again. I hurt my hand on it yesterday and I think he fixed it back up again after I'd pinched my finger, and it's not quite how it's meant to be. Yeah, so everybody's laying, which is nice. I gave away 5 eggs on Thursday. We had an unexpected arrival of our June house sitters on their way back up from their house sit in Spain. That was nice. A bit unexpected in terms of got a WhatsApp message first sort of quite early in the morning to say they were coming, and I think I'd spoken about how our life is punctuated. It wasn't Thursday, it was Friday. Punctuated by art and by Vicky, and then we have a nice clear time. So Friday I had to then start cleaning up a bit and tidying up a bit, and sent Mark out to do some shopping for biscuits, and he bought some nice flowers. It was Valentine's Day, but he didn't buy them for Valentine's Day. I said they're not for Valentine's Day, they just look nice on the table. Yeah, so that was good. And they arrived sort of late, well, late up, very late afternoon actually, about an hour before chicken bothering time, and talked about putting the camper on, leaving, they're in a camping car, and talked about leaving that on the driveway. And I thought, oh God, we've got an evening of people, because they were quite high energy, our age, but half our size, very fit, got bikes on the back, and Dutch, tall. Why are Dutch people tall? So, oh God, sorry, this is so wobbly. But actually, after they'd had coffee and we'd had a chat for a while and we'd gone and put the chickens away, they decided they could move on and park, head home, nearer home, so when they set off in the morning they wouldn't disturb us and they'd be nearer home. So that worked out okay. I was quite relieved. I have to tell you, I couldn't imagine a whole evening, because I hadn't been prepared for it. I couldn't imagine an evening of socialising with people we don't really know. And the woman was very talkative. So, but nice couple. I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine for here in June. So I'm quite happy about that. I've been a bit, I'll call it knocked off. It's sort of a bit not on form for the last couple of days. I'm not really sure why. Sort of struggling with, are they all in there now? They are, aren't they? You can't see them. All you can see is the bottom of the bush. If I move this, it's going to swing around again. Not really sure what's in this bush that's of interest. Yeah, I had quite a profound response to what's going on, and Trump and Ukraine and destabilizing. We're already destabilized here with Germany and the ADF, and he's just destabilizing Europe. And it just, for a while I felt very anxious about what was happening here. But Mark settled my fears a bit that day, and talking about how Russia isn't the Russia it was when it was the Soviet Union. Well, I know that but the Soviet Union was massive and Russia isn't, and they've been weakened with years of, the war with Ukraine. So, but yeah, so that's probably why I feel a bit knocked off. It's just, made me anxious, and I don't do anxiety. It's funny, isn't it? They're all in there. It's sort of grass seed that they're pecking at, and don't know what else. Can hear dogs over there, hunting dogs. To try and distinguish them between that and the Grue. So it's coldish out here. At about 10. It's a beautiful day, as you've seen, and I'm feeling better today. I've got odd pains going on, but apart from that, I am feeling better. So you gave the eggs to the Dutch couple. Had 5 eggs and gave them to them, and Vicky had eggs on Tuesday. So I haven't had any. Did we have eggs? No, we've not had any eggs since I did the frittata. Might have eggs on toast tonight, because I picked up 2 this morning, and I think there were 2 there already, so there's 4 eggs. Need to remind myself in a few weeks' time that once the foxes start, once spring comes and the foxes are breeding, that I might need to stop free ranging these during the day. I think that the worst of it is in May, when they're feeding their young. They're more they're not as careful, so they'll come out in the day and take a chicken, whereas normally they're nocturnal, but when they're feeding young, they'll come out in the day. So I don't know, I need to try and remember to keep them restricted, but it's so hard because they have such a good life here. I can see some poo on the ground, old poo, that is probably fox poo. It's got a pointy end to it, that normally means fox or dog, but it doesn't look like it doesn't look like a dog poo, so it's probably a fox. I might move the trail camera out and move it down here, over down near hen quarters, and have a look and see who's around. So I wasn't planning on a video until the Grue came over, and then I thought, well, I'll just carry on and chat. So that's it really. Sunday's done. Well, it isn't, but it's Monday tomorrow, which is what happens when Sunday is going. We have nothing planned. I might need to go out and buy, I will need to go out and buy bread flour. I made that nice loaf the other day, but I used all my bread flour, and I wanted to get some rye flour and mix that in and make it a bit more substantial. I tried to make a loaf the other day with what I had and ended up with something disgusting because it was too low in gluten. So I put that down for the chickens this morning. Yeah, so we'll go out and buy some bread flour, I expect. They're looking really, really good at the moment, aren't they? Really healthy. Especially those two black ones. I'm not sure about Mrs. White's looking really good. I sort of dreamt about her the other night, that she'd started a really heavy molt and I needed to make her a jumper. She's quite thin, isn't she? The others sort of seem bigger. Although it is actually their feathers that make them look bigger, I think. Especially, well, Mrs. Brahma's just a big breed. But okay, there we go. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.